Good morning. Good morning. Hasten decided at the very last minute he wanted to take a nap. So he is down officially. So how's everyone doing this fine Monday morning? I was carrying laundry into the laundry room from in my bathroom, so I have to go out the door and around the corner, and I couldn't see him. He fell down. I stepped on his hand. It's like, it's okay. I got him to sleep. He sleeps fairly sound though. Yeah, better late than never. I was really trying. He wasn't wanting to he wanted a nap, but he didn't want me to put him down. Oh well. So how are you doing this morning, Miss Ann? No response. You're doing great. Hey fights him until he just absolutely passes out. It's like, what do you do? Doing good. That's awesome. I know it's like 42 outside, so it's pretty nice. I think today my order of business, because I have Matt home. He's off work today, and Wyatt's out of school today. So I'm going to start graveling my garden. I got silk fence. I'm going to cut it and lay it all down and put the gravel on top of it to hopefully calm down some of that grass. 8:07. It's 10:07. Are you on West Coast time? But yeah, I've got some stuff to do. I enjoy this, and I think a weekly live works out really great. So he's huffing. I should have laid him on Wyatt's bed, but I didn't. Wyatt's bed sits up really high. I'm trying to give up caffeine, and I've started drinking these instead of coffee. I really like them. It's not the same as coffee. I just ride around the walkways, and it's difficult for me to weed eat in it because usually I don't like running a weed eater because then I can't hear what Hastings doing. So it's also why I don't like running a chainsaw, because then I can't do that stuff and have the baby outside. Yeah. Yesterday I caved and I was like, Matt, stop it, loves. I need a Mountain Dew. And I got one. I'm just trying to quit drinking coffee in the morning. Not really all the caffeine, just cut some of it out. I've been doing it's like a modified fasting. So this is a little late this morning. Usually I drink this by 8 in the morning. Here it is, it's 10. I slept in a little bit though. But from like 7 to 8 is when I do breakfast. So for that hour, I can eat and drink whatever. And then usually noon to 1, I'll eat and drink whatever. And then like 6 to 7 in the evening, for that hour, I eat and drink whatever I want. And I don't snack. I'm not a big snacker anyway. But just trying it out and seeing how it works. I feel a little better not eating junk all day. So if I drink coffee or cappuccino in the afternoon, everyone would send me home. And I work from home, I'm here. But I get sent home. Nobody would want to deal with me. But I tried to get Matt in here. He said he was going to not be in the house. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I don't care. He has to have coffee in the morning. He stays cold, though. Coffee helps warm him up. And he doesn't like to preheat his vehicle outside, like go turn it on and turn the heater on. He just hops in it and goes. I don't even count calories. I just, I don't know. If I drink coffee, I won't want to eat anything. Coffee fills me up. So I'm trying to do without coffee. So I eat a meal. So then by lunchtime, I'm not like, oh, you know, give me a little more energy throughout the day. 70 calories isn't bad, though. I know it's better than some beers. And I don't drink. I worked at a liquor store, though. When we had remote start, we used it too. When we lived in Colorado, Matt's, we had a silver single wheel 1-ton Dodge, and it had remote start. When you turn the remote start on and the heater was turned to heat, the steering wheel heater would come on and the heated seats would come on. Oh, it was amazing. And it would run for like 45 minutes. So I would start it right before I was about 30 minutes before I had to leave. That truck would be hot. I loved it. I miss it. I could actually put remote start on the truck, but we don't. We live out in the country, so it's not really like we have to have it. I loved the heated seats. It also had cooled seats, which was great because I had my back hurt because I'd drive for 13 hours back and forth from Colorado to Oklahoma. And that driving, it would just hurt my back all the time. And so the cold part of the seats was I'd go from hot to cold, and it felt amazing. But yeah. So I have a full house today. It's unusual on a Monday to have Matt and Wyatt home. Yeah, the cold seats were amazing. But if you weren't expecting it and somebody turned it on, it was like you almost thought you peed your pants. I know it's funny to say that, but it's hilarious. I miss it. But that truck, when we decided to move back home, we had to do away with luxury items. That truck had a very high payment, so we traded it in, and I got a Jeep. Its payment was like half of what the truck was. And then we had issues with the Jeep, so I actually didn't give him a honey-do list for today. We've got that big brush pile in pasture, and he wants to cut a bunch of the logs out of it. I guess he wants to maybe keep some for the smoker, and he just wants to clean up the yard. That's usually what he does every weekend, is pick up whatever gets scattered, which is, it's windy, and we have boys, so stuff gets scattered a lot. Did you see my new channel banner? I was pretty excited about that one. I simplified it a bunch. We had a new picture, so it's pretty awesome. I need to add to it. I feel like there's a little something missing. I just don't know what. But for the most part, it looks great to me anyway. I just tried to streamline it a little bit. And we had a new family picture, so might as well use that one, huh? Matt's sister's wife actually took that picture of us with my camera. And then I just did the editing in here. I like editing photos. I don't know why. I am not a Photoshop master, but I like playing with the coloring to make it look better. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're not beautiful people, but it is a beautiful picture. I don't know. It's hard to get us like everyone in the same expression. So Hey's usually like at everything. It's like just smile and go with it. That's kind of what I do anyway. You might actually like my video pretty well tomorrow because I built something all by my lonesome. And then that's, yeah. Hey just stares. He's like, I should show y'all a picture. I did pictures of a bunch of Matt's family that day. And I could probably pull it up. Hang on. And it actually turned out really good. Back to my sent photos. And it's probably the best picture that I took, to be honest, that day and edited. Most people, it was cold, so they're like, I don't want to take a picture outside. Oh, the color looks bad. But it actually turned out really great. That's Matt's nieces and nephews from his oldest brother. Most of them. They actually raised a bunch of Candy is Adam's wife. Adam is Matt's oldest brother. Adam's nieces, they raised a bunch of them. So she pretty much has all nieces, I think. But it was cold. Nobody wanted to take pictures outside, so I made some of them go outside. That's just, I don't even take pictures of other people. It's usually just us. So yeah. I have 3 people in here, and I have Auntie Ann talking. It's probably Matt sitting outside watching this, thinking, oh, she's embarrassing herself. There's Tony. Hi, Tony. How are you this morning? We're just chatting. We have been chatting for just 13 minutes now. Nothing else. I was a little late getting in, so I had a little baby trying to go to sleep. I'm doing good. I was kind of going over what my plans for the day is. It is supposed to be 61 degrees here today. And let me double check that. Because if it is 61 degrees today, I've got a big project that I want to get knocked out. And that is, I'm going to start graveling between my garden beds. I'm positive it's 60 degrees, so that's going to be awesome. And I'll probably record most of it because I have to do it by hand because we don't have a tractor with front end loader. It's fine. It's fine because it wouldn't fit in my garden anyway. But I'm going to shovel into the wagon, pull it in there, dump it, and I'll rake it, get everything smooth. But it's going to be a big undertaking, and I haven't built beds against the house, and that, like, I want to build my little building. So all I can do is just around what I got right now. Fingers crossed, though, that it keeps the weeds down. Yeah, 58 is still nice. It was pretty nice yesterday, but it should be really nice today. And it doesn't look like it's going to be super windy, which is amazing. So I have a video coming tomorrow where I built something. I haven't. I actually put it in my saved videos so I can watch it. Like I'll click on that so I could come back to it because I noticed it. And then I was doing something and I wanted to sit and watch it. instead of letting it just skim in the background like I usually do. It actually looks fairly sunny outside today, which, I mean, whatever is fine, but who knows? I got something done this week too. A little project I started working on in my stay-at-home mom stuff. I learned how to do a crochet, but this is, instead of being like a scarf or something, or like a long scarf, it is a short scarf. And so then it just fits under your jacket like that. Probably looks goofy, but I don't care. It keeps me warm. And I don't like a long scarf because I don't like having to deal with the tails. So, and I get cold. I'll have to make one and send it to you. My mom picked me up a whole bunch of yarn. This yarn, because I was like, well, if I'm going to ruin yarn, I might as well get cheap yarn. And this yarn came from the Dollar Tree for $1. So did this yarn, which is the next one I'm going to make, is maroon. And I'm going to try and make another one. But you can see, I'm still learning. So I just folded it where you couldn't see that part as easy. Yeah, I got to get me some more buttons. Thank you. I will make you one and send you one. I think, yeah, I could almost, if I turned it around, it would sit over like this just fine. And it's super wide, so it would work. I think I'm going to make one and send it to Cassie at Walker Farm Fam, because she's always cold and, you know, I'm nice like that. Does Tony want one too? I could make Tony one. A scarf sounds daunting to me because a scarf is long. A scarf's like 5 foot, 4 foot long. That's like 2 whole skeins of yarn, which this yarn's not expensive by any means, but like, that's a lot of work. Matt, he's like, when I got to that point, he goes, you still got like 3 feet to go, dear. No, I don't. It's stopping right here. I think Cassie would like it just because she's cold. And I don't like this being cold, the ears and everything. So I did make a couple headbands. I gave one to my sister-in-law. And I gave one to, well, I didn't give the other one away. I still have it. But I made it too big. It's too big around. Who knows? Yeah. Hi. You're not late. I was late. I was like 6 minutes late. I had a baby trying to take a nap. I don't like a hood either. That's partly why I wear my hair in a braid all the time, because then that bun on my head, I can actually, like, if I needed to put a hood on my head, I could. But they make me feel like I'm closed in. And I don't like that. I have a big head, so. Me too. Oh, I got news. So the last live, I showed y'all those garden pots that are shaped like a 3-leaf clover. I've actually still got them in here. Let me grab them. Hang on. Okay. These pots, you can order a case of them from dollartree.com. And you're tiny. You're like 5 foot tall. You're tiny. You're fine. You got big boobs. That's like a curse if you're that's my curse too. But you can order a case of these from dollartree.com. Whenever last week you couldn't do that. So I ordered a case of 36 of these. So that would be 6 sets of stacking pots. And I'm going to give some as gifts. But I'm going to keep, I think, 3 of them. I'm going to do strawberries. I'm going to do probably my bush beans. And the other 2, maybe greens. I don't know yet. But I need, if anybody has any ideas. I know they're not as great as the green stock, But I saw, actually today you can still do it, where green stock was on sale, and I said that the last live, green stocks are on sale. You can get, if you go to Roots and Refuge Farm on YouTube, she has a code, and you can get green stocks for like the 5-tier green stock for $100 if you want the real deal. I'm going to try these because I'm all about saving money. And that's kind of how I started my channel, was I wanted to do things that were a little more affordable and show people that you can garden on a budget. Like this year, I've spent $35 on seeds. I was just getting things that Hasten loves broccoli, so I bought a bunch of broccoli. I bought another variety of bush beans because I did not get any of the Cosmos beans, unfortunately. Matt's horse ate them. But so I just wanted to do, show people, like, if you can't afford the real deal, I know this is not the same. This is nowhere near the same quality or the same abilities that the green stock has. But this is $6 right here. A case of 36 of them, having them shipped to my house, cost me $48. That's taxes and shipping and everything. If you go and buy 36 of them, the tax rates down here is right about like 10.5%. It comes out almost the same. So, yeah, I just wanted to show people. I want to show people you can do these things. You can grow these things, and you can have something that's similar. The quality isn't as great. Obviously, you're paying $1 for this. Well, $6 for this versus $100. But I spent under $50, and I'm getting, I'll have 6 more of these. I'm going to just keep 3 total, so I'll have, I guess, 4 to give away. And I don't know, I might make a whole bunch of them. You never know. I get carried away. The really good thing about green stock, I'm not drilling holes for drainage. Actually, in the bottom, it has some pre-drilled holes. And these cups, like, it has like little saucers that clip on the bottom of it. I don't want to pull them off because I'll probably break it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole in the center and run a piece of rebar through it just to stiffen it up. But I want to attach it to something that has wheels. Like get one of the large plant rollers, like when people roll their huge pots around on their yard or in their house. Having the gravel, I think, will help with that. And that way I can roll them around. Yeah, plant roller. I haven't found one. I looked briefly at Walmart the other day. But so all in total, like 6 of these high. I don't even know how tall it is. These are, it does not say how tall they are. They're probably 6 inches. So all in total, it's going to be, yeah, you said it at the same time that I thought of it. All in total, it's not going to be real great, big, tall. And obviously, a green stock has 6 pockets where this one only has 3. It holds a lot more dirt. And I get spam risk calls all day. Am I the only one that does that? Like, I just close them down. But all in total, so this, like, that's 18 pockets. And how it sits, and I keep going on about these things. I need to quit. How it sits, I wanted to show y'all. I could probably fit 2 bush beans in each pocket, like one here and one here. And they would have plenty of room. So, yeah. I know you had said you were wanting a green stock. I don't know if anybody else is interested in green stocks. I think they're amazing, but it's just not in my budget for this year. I've got too many other things that I'm planning for. So, just got on a few minutes ago. Oh yeah, we're not late. I was late. So, don't worry about it. If y'all are late, it's fine. You're here, that's what's important. You showed up. I showed up. I mean, I'll always show up whether y'all do or not. So, but yeah, just talking about these. And if anybody is interested, they come in 3 colors, and you get an assorted pack. Actually, I've got another thing I want to talk about. Oh, yeah. I've been getting a phone call from something Mobile Home Solutions, which we live in a double wide. It's no surprise that they're going to be calling me and seeing what's going on. Hang on. Matt's got my puppy out. Hang on a second. I've got something else I want to show you guys too. Okay, so I have no luck with flowers, Mary. So if I did flowers, they would probably all die. I have to do things, if I do flowers, they got to be something perennial, like my jonquils or daffodils and mums. I used to get those. So while I had to run in at the Dollar Tree the other day. I had actually bought those 6 at the Dollar Tree. That was all they had one day. And I bought these. These are like 3-inch pots. I've actually been watching Whispering Willow Farms, which she's friends with Jessica from Roots and Refuge. There's 12 in this for $1. Now, they're not like the best quality, but they're actually surprisingly similar to the little pots that Plant Starts come in from the store. They're about the same quality. They're flimsy. And so I'm going to start my seeds in these to sell some this year. I'm going to try it. I've never sold seeds before. I picked up a couple of them. You can order a case that's 36 of these, either this size, which is a 12-pack of 3-inch pots, or a 6-pack of 4.5-inch pots. So you can get a case of 36 of those. So it'd be about the same for shipping and handling, I think. So I bought 2 packages of them. They're pretty plain. I thought if I sell seeds, I might order some stickers to slap on it, so just so people can remember our name. And the other thing I got, which excites me the most, is because, you know, I am a tightwad. I like to save money. This is a 24-inch grow light from Walmart. It was in the section that has the shop lights, and I was actually going to buy a shop light. This is a red and blue and a red and green, I think, whatever it is. It doesn't say. I plugged it in and looked. That's going to count for something. This was $13. And I really don't have space to grow seeds this year. I'm going to have maybe 2 shelves in my kitchen that I can grow seeds on, because I moved my big shelf from in Hastings' room into the kitchen to put kitchen stuff on, because we got a new freezer and I needed to fix some things up. So I'm just slowly eliminating a lot of the bigger items that we have in the house. And then whenever I have 2 shelves, I'm going to buy 2 of these. Maybe I might buy 3 more of these. I don't know. But they actually you can daisy chain them together, I guess. It's really, it's got this, it plugs in. It's really awesome. I was so excited about this little thing. My cat, well, the kitten, I don't know. Mittens leaves that stuff alone for the most part. This will be only the second time I've ever started seeds in the kitchen. So, who knows? I really like starting seeds because I really like the idea of the full circle of things. My nose itches. So, yeah. These are $1. They actually have seed starting mix at the Dollar Tree. It's not very much, so it probably wouldn't feel but maybe 6 cups instead of 12. But if someone's interested in starting seeds, this is the way to get going. Hi, Bruce. How are you this morning? We're talking about seeds. Not even fun seeds yet, because mine still have not come in yet. I got an email from Baker Creek that said 30 days possible before they get here, which is fine. I can direct sow a lot of that stuff. I wish I could see this puppy outside. He's having a ball. Him and Gus are in a pen together, and Gus is super dominant, but this pup is not. But he is so fun. He loves everybody. So yeah. Has anybody got anything to interject? I'm just rambling about seed stuff. That's all I seem to talk about right now. I don't know. It's like after the 1st of January. That's all it's on my mind. I like to save them. This is the first year I've really gotten to save any because I saved okra seeds. And oh, she is doing pretty good. She's still not friendly. It's just been a little over a week, but she doesn't run away from me now when I feed her, and I can stand in there and she doesn't try to hurt me. Really, guys, I kind of made that kick out to look like it was a lot worse than what it was. I can't either. I wrote some stuff down, but it doesn't seem to fit organically in this. But that's okay, too. I don't mind. I am I don't know, I'm more of a, like, shoot from the hip kind of person with these. I try to write stuff down. I have a notebook right here all the time. Because then whenever I am editing or whatever, I'll make notes on things that I need to do better. Or if I watch videos, I write notes. It is my life. I can talk about what I want. So I don't know if you guys remember, I guess it's been a few weeks. I showed you guys that I was building a new chicken coop with a rabbit area. Well, I've had to make some revisions to this. I'm actually having, instead of a 10 by 20 space, it's going to be a 12 by 20 space. I'll make more room for the feed room area and the chicken coop. I really wanted to try a couple of different things, but I probably still haven't wrote down. I wanted to try a lot of bush beans this year. Let's see. I think I got chard, so it's there. And I got the noodle bean. But let me see. There was just a couple things that I had that didn't, or that I had wrote down that didn't, I couldn't get a hold of. But I'm fine with it. I actually did some substitutions on that. Y'all, when I tell y'all I make lists, like, I make lists. Pigeon peas. I'm going to write that down so I can look them up. They sound kind of interesting. I feel like an old lady sometimes. I have lists and notebooks and yeah. But yeah, what I ended up getting from Baker Creek, I got new Curta, I guess, carrot, red noodle bean, dragon tongue bean, Lacia pepper, Habanadas, because I like peppers, but I don't like spicy peppers. Rainbow Swiss chard, milk bok choy, just to have a different variety of bok choy. Romanesco broccoli, Romanesco Italia. It is beautiful. And Hasten loves broccoli. And then I ordered something pretty. I ordered dwarf coxcomb, which is like this ball of a flower. It's really, really pretty. So, Bruce, tell us about pigeon peas, because none of us have heard of them, apparently. I can't wait till I can get a new phone and I can do StreamYard, and then I can start having a guest, maybe. Who knows? Bruce, you're going to be my first guest. You're as opinionated as I am, I think. I could have Ann on here, but she wouldn't. I know she wouldn't do it. Bye, Tony. Have a good day and be safe. There's lots of crazies out there. For Spanish rice. That sounds... Is that the bean that is in Spanish rice, like you buy from the store? Or... you can use them for whatever. I would give you a notice. My I would tell you, but then I would also create a thumbnail for it that showed I have a special guest. Am I the only one that whenever I go to write something down, I forget half of what it was, so then I have to stop and look? I should have been blonde, I think. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to go back to this. I told you guys about this, my chicken coop. I also drew out a potting bench, which, ta-da, that's my next video. So, you're fine. You'd probably do really good because you are outgoing, and I am... You're not boring. I think yours are hilarious. Adrian tears y'all up sometimes. I have an app, and I don't know, it's on, I have iPhone, that's why I have it. It is just Thumbnail Maker. It's that one, right? Oh, sorry. I can see it. Dang it. It's this one down here in the corner. Probably can't see it very good. But it's just called Thumbnail Maker. And I can literally, I'll take a screenshot from my computer, send it to my phone, and edit it for my thumbnail, which works out pretty good for me, actually. But you would be hilarious, I think. Adrian is funny. She cracks me up. We'd have to do one on yours, though, so that way people would be like, hey, look, this girl's funny, too. But, yeah, you can also use Canva, which is what I use for my banners and my logo to build all that. There's all free products on Canva. Super easy to use. I just played with it and figured it out. I'm not like... I was like, I was struggling. I would take pictures. I would edit them on my phone. It's easier to have the app on my phone than trying to do it on the computer. There's just too much stuff. And I can sit and do my thumbnails in the evening. I don't even know if Facebook Messenger had an editing. I don't know. I'm not Facebook savvy. I'm not really technically savvy. I'm more of like a mechanical person. I gotta use my hands. So, talking about that, I actually got my prices for my metal. I might actually be able to get some cheaper. But yeah, so it's coming together. I started out pricing like a carport. All right, we'll see you when you get back. I started out pricing a carport for a 12 by 20 carport. That's $1,000. I can do it cheaper. I'm gonna build it. We've got cedars. We're gonna put cedars in the ground. This is not a structure that's ever going to move, so I'm not worried about any of that. 8 feet in the front, 7 feet in the back. Be plenty of room to put a house-sized door in it, and all of it wherever I want to put one. So yeah, pretty awesome. And my next video will have this thing in it. Don't make fun of my rudimentary drawings because it's not finished yet. It looks like this still. So yeah, I made a potting bench. Matt brought me home an old sink once. I've had it for about 2 years now. So I did something with it. It's not very often I get to do that. I made it all while Haston was taking a nap one day, so it wasn't very long. He has to have a pillow on him or he won't sleep. I have no idea. He hates covers, but when he takes a nap, he's got to be like burrito wrapped with a pillow on top of him. He won't sleep for a nap. I don't know. He looks very sweet right now, but he is not. But yeah. What are you planning on planting this year, Bruce and Mary? Hi, Ann. I asked, what is everybody planting this year? Anything different? Anything new? I think I'm going to do less tomatoes because my tomatoes didn't do crap. And I'll probably start and sell tomatoes more than anything else. Or give them away. I'll probably give them away. That's what I did last year. And, well, you have tons of bees, so you need tons of flowers. I don't. I'm still trying to, like we talked about the hives, and I'm still trying to figure out a place that I can put my hive or hives and be okay with it. I'm thinking the pasture behind the house, put it where it's not going to be directly in the sun, things like that. I don't like cucumbers. General consensus tells me I'm stupid, I guess, but I do not like pickles or cucumbers that well. I don't know why. I think it's a texture thing, but I love squash. Who knows? Yeah, your strawberries are awesome. That was the main reason why I bought these things, because I was like, I want to do strawberries in them. And there we go. I'm going to do strawberries and bush beans. That's awesome. Beets, beans, cucumber, spaghetti squash, pickling some stuff. You can do a pressure canner is wonderful. Are they the pine berries or the alpine strawberries on your white strawberries? Wyatt wants to do pine berries because he likes pineapple. They taste a little bit like pineapple. Who knows? I haven't ever tried them, but I bought some bare roots and they didn't do crap last year. So it could also be the thing that they were in. It grew purslane like crazy because it come up wild in it, but yours are probably the alpine strawberries then. They say there's wild strawberries here in Oklahoma. I've not ever found any, but I have found wild blackberries and raspberries, so we'll see. Yeah, it's called a pine berry. It tastes kind of like a strawberry. It's white, but you have to have a regular strawberry to pollinate it. I don't know. To me, it sounds pretty awesome, though. I know somebody who grows pineapples in their inside, so they actually grow pineapples here in Oklahoma. I don't have the space for that though. I think wild strawberries are awesome. I've ate them. I've just never found any. I imagine the birds get them really fast. We are all about the weird and the wonderful here, guys. We we do things a little bit different. My garden fence is, if anybody's interested in that, the wild fence or the fence there, it is a snow fence. We don't even have enough snow in Oklahoma to get it, but Tractor Supply carried it, and I got $150, $200 in that whole fence. That's the posts and everything. So, see, I've seen wild raspberries too, and I like them. I like wild blackberries because they're sour. Huh. It's another beneficial thing to having white ones because the birds and the slugs don't see them. They say if you take and paint red rocks red around them, throw it in there, paint them like red painted rocks, that the birds will start leaving them alone because they'll peck the rock and it hurts. Makes sense? I mean, I guess birds are kind of like chickens. They're not the brightest. We get fascinated when we go to like a truck stop or something that has a restaurant. We're like, oh, that bird has a French fry. That one's trying to carry a whole hamburger off, you know? It's funny. We're easily amused, I guess. The weird and the wonderful. I bet your wild strawberries are super juicy and sweet up there, being that it gets cold, like real cold. So, I have a little funny thing. Yeah, you could just steal it. Anne asked if they taste the same as the red ones. Do they taste the same as the red ones? So Bruce shared that he's going to do a contest to who can catch the most swarms. And I'm like, I don't even have a single hive of bees, so I have to build something before I start attempting this. But freebies is where it's at. A little pineapple-y. That's pretty cool. Probably something similar to what man has hybridized. But so I'm going to try and catch a swarm of bees this year. Probably get stung because I am stubborn and yeah, I'll probably get stung. I have a few questions for Bruce one of these days. I'll just have to remember. I'm going to have to get some. I'm going to get some of those pine berries again, though. They're pretty awesome. They look really cool, and you got to have the red ones to fertilize them so you have berries. But to me, it sounds, I don't care. It sounds pretty awesome. We didn't, growing up, like, I love honey. That's been my go-to. Like, I would get a spoon and squirt honey on it. But my dad was allergic to things that sting like that. I don't know if he was allergic to bees, but definitely wasps, yellow jackets, hornets. He had to take allergy shots. And I decided I didn't ever wasn't interested in any of that stuff because, yours pollinate themselves. It's pretty neat. Everything I read, like buying the bare roots, they don't self-pollinate. You have to have a red strawberry to pollinate them. Maybe because yours occurred naturally, it's different. Sounds pretty cool, though. So yeah, this will be my first foray in things that sting. Intentionally, because wasps are not my friend. That sucks. like being allergic to things that you need, it sucks. I know. Hey, Bruce tells me I can probably do it. He's got my ego way high, talking about even beginners can do it. Readjusting my chair. I keep wiggling around. Sorry. But yeah, I'm kind of excited. So that could be part of it. I might go ahead and buy like a 6-pack of regular strawberries or a couple of them to put in this and go from there. I guess technically 18 of them. It would be good YouTube content. A complete beginner caught some bees. I mean, come on. I've never tried it, but you could definitely do it. The thing about it is, I looked at how expensive to buy a packaged set of bees or a nuke or anything. Man, them people think they got gold on their hands. The only thing I'd be worried about is if they're aggressive. But honestly, I think as long as you're not being just outright retarded messing with them, you're fine. Like Tim. I love to watch Tim's videos, but we watched that one this morning, his winter bee video. That was hilarious. They was after him. Tim is in his toy box. Oh man. I don't want to get complicated with it. I want to do simple. Like, here's my bees. I want to let them be bees. I want to add a bunch of crap to it. I don't want Windows to monitor. None of that. They like the dark and they like their little hole, so I want to stay there. Pasture, the chickens get to free range. I moved the other day. You'll see that in a video this week. I moved the geese over into the same pasture as the goats. They eat grass that the goats won't eat, so it's a win-win. And whenever they go in this 2.5 acres behind the house, they'll have all of that. Lily will stay in. If not, Lily might have to find a new home. If she's not going to stay with the goats, then there's really not any point having her. But that's, discussion for another day. But yeah, if I want bees, I want bees to do things that bees do. I don't want to get super technical. I don't need a toy box for a beehive. They're not to play with. They're livestock. They have purpose. Part of that purpose is to fertilize or pollinate my plants. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I've been doing some research on bee-safe things that I can use for aphids and ants. Really not a lot of options. But I also read, like, if you do them after dark, by the time the morning comes around, the aphids were out at night and it kills them. But then it's dried onto the plant so it doesn't bother the bees. So that's my thing. You gave me inspiration, Bruce. I'm going to start calling Tim Woody because he reminds me of Sheriff Woody off of Toy Story. He has a toy box for beehives, so I'm just going to start calling him Sheriff Woody. Oh, I always think that too. If he'd shave his beard and stuff, he'd probably look a little bit like Woody off of Toy Story. Yes. The important things on rabbits is a secure place for them to live. This is kind of why we're doing this. There's some feral cats here, but I'm going to have my kitten that's in the house. He's going to eventually be outside. So this, I'll show you. This is a very crude drawing. Don't make fun of it. Is the elevation of it. So this side here is the north side. It's going to be 8 foot in the front, 7 foot in the back. So they give me plenty of room to hang them. So being hung directly from the roof is going to make a huge difference in whether predators can get in there or not. I think like my grandparents, when they had, or my grandpa, when he had his commercial rabbitry, he had cages. He had 2 or 3 stacks of cages, and they were all hung from the ceiling. So he didn't have, cats couldn't get into it. I never had a big issue with cats and stuff that's in cages. It's like chickens that's loose. I've seen cats get chicks and half-growns. But for the most part, the rabbits being up off the ground, that's makes the biggest thing, having an up off the ground secure place. I would also suggest, instead of having like the cage I've got now, the doors open in, having a door that opens out instead. So then if they push on the door, like have the door slightly overlap the opening. So that way if they push on the door, they can't push it open. So then you just have to figure out however you want to do that. I'm thinking I'm going to probably try and do some little spring latches and have the door where it opens like this instead of pushing it in, because then it gives me more room to work. I can actually make my door space a little bigger. The object behind having the door on the inside where you push it in is so that the rabbit can't push the door open if you happen to leave it unlatched once. But as long as you're pretty diligent about how you handle your animals when you're feeding and everything, pay attention, you latch all of your latches back, you don't really have to worry about it. It's a lot of information. I might have actually sounded a little bit intelligent just then. But yeah, everybody can start calling Tim Woody. He wears that hat and stuff. That's just what he reminds me of. Start calling him Sheriff or Woody. You're welcome. I'll show you a couple things. Don't make fun of my sweatpants. It's cold in here. So I've got a couple books. I have Raising Rabbits the Modern Way, and I have How to Start a Commercial Rabbitry. These were actually my grandpa's books, so these are older than I am. Let's see. This one was printed in 1988. It is older than me, believe it or not. And this one doesn't even have a title page to tell you when it was printed. Huh. This one's probably older than that one. They're well loved and used. But it has a lot of information about cages and breeds and things. So if you could find something similar to this, any resource helps. I do know that, here it is. I got a scratchy throat. It goes, how to make a wire hutch. So that might help you. But yeah, and it has diagrams, and it shows you step-by-step building it. But yeah, all of his cages were similar to this, where they hung stacked, and they had a piece of metal in between them, so the poop and the urine would roll off of it behind the cages instead of onto the bunnies below them. I don't know if I want to do a double stack of cages or not. We'll just see how it goes at first. But yeah, well, we're at an hour, so I imagine we're gonna wrap things up real fast, and we'll plan for next week. If you want to try earlier, if that would work for people, let me know. Like say doing a 9 o'clock live instead of a 10 o'clock live. I just like the morning time spot because it's usually I've already got chores done, and this is my little bit of downtime when I usually would crochet and watch YouTube. So instead I decided to make it a little more beneficial. So I'm trying to structure my channel a little more, or if a different morning works better for everyone, then, say Wednesday morning. Oh, you're fine, Shondale. You're usually at work. 10 o'clock? Okay. We'll just plan for 10 o'clock Monday mornings. I have sat down and I wrote a schedule. I'm going to do lives Monday mornings. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday is going to be regular video uploads. And then I'm probably going to have shorts on like Wednesday, Friday. Sunday, I didn't do anything. I decided I wanted to take Sunday off and see how it was. And I kind of missed the comments. So I'm going to try and have something that uploads every day. A live and then 6 uploads. So yeah. You're all right, Shondale. We're just talking about rabbits and gardening. So, all right, guys, we will see you next Sunday. Tomorrow I have a video coming out. Be sure to watch it. Thank you, guys, whoever's here. And, we'll see you soon. Bye. Look at him. He's cute. Y'all have a good day.